Autumn provides you with lots of motivation to get your memory cards full of photographs like this because of the beautiful colours of the dying leaves, and also the low angle sun gives you wonderful long shadows like this one here, and you just got a much warmer colour palette which is perfect with the warm colours of the leaves. But you've got challenges as well because the high contrasting light, these backlit trees are actually in silhouette. It's very difficult to get detail there without blowing out the highlights, and indeed you can see that we've got these areas of white here that are actually pure white and losing detail. And the leaves could be a little bit more saturated too, but we're going to end up with something that's enhanced to look like this. The colours are much more vivid without being oversaturated, and we've restored detail to the blown out highlights here, as you can see before. There's clipped areas there and lots of texture here now, and this area here has been filled in as well, so we've actually got texture showing up in the tree. So there's the before, there's the after, and I'll show you even how to add an old school white border around the edge as a finishing touch. And along the way you'll learn a variety of skills using adjustment layers. For example, our levels adjustment layer is brightening up the tree without changing the background, and we're using a mask to make sure that we just target the tones we need to change. Hue saturation gives us a nice golden and warmer glow to the leaves without oversaturating them, and we warm up the whole thing with a little tweak with the photo filter at the end. So there's a variety of different tricks and techniques that you'll learn along the way. So kick off by opening the file color before .dng. DNG stands for digital negative, and it's a raw format that should be opened in any version of Photoshop. Different types of cameras have their own versions of raw files, and sometimes you just can't open the latest camera models, but if you save things as a DNG, then you should be able to get access to that in most versions of Photoshop like we can here. So this is our source file. It's not been edited at all. What we need to do is to try and bring out the detail here in the tree, and I'm just going to do a little bit of tweaking in RAW, and I'm going to do most of the work with adjustment layers in Photoshop because that's one way of working. You can always stay in RAW as long as you like, of course, and try and tweak colors, but you do get quite a lot of control in the standard editor. But let's kick off by trying to bring detail back to the tree. Now it's a good idea to turn the highlight clipping warning on by clicking here, or press O for overexposed, and you can see already we've got some clipped highlights. So if we started to tweak the shot's exposure, try to brighten up the foreground and bring detail to the tree, we'd really blow out those highlights and it would look really horrible, so Control Z to undo that. The fill light slider is designed to target midtones like this and shadows, so let's just try and bring a little bit of detail by dragging that to the right. And of course, as we do, we're still pushing the histogram to the right, so all the shadows and the midtones are being brightened up. So something around about 40 is a good starting point. It's still a lot of detail that needs to be revealed, but that's a good point to start, and we have taken a few steps forward without over clipping any of these other areas here. We're going to sort these out in a little while. Okay, so we've tweaked that. We're now ready to adjust things in Photoshop itself, and to do that we just need to click on Open Image, and we can start to edit the shot in part 2 of this video tutorial in the standard Photoshop interface.